Okay guys, welcome to another battle report. This one was against my friend Silas, who is quite new to Warhammer, here in Suzhou. It's 4,500 points of demons against 4,500 points of dwarven holds, and you can see our two army lists just there on the screen. Okay, so this is deployment then. So if I just talk you through what is where. So we've got a building here, ruins here, a hill and a field. We've got another hill and a forest here. And the secondary objective is to hold the ground in the middle of the board. I've got my blight flies here, a unit of furies here, unit of beasts of pestilence here. This is the big horde with the BSB and the general. Demon engine. Another unit of pestilent beasts here and a unit of furies here. Silas, who you can see in the picture, has got a dwarven clan warrior unit here, a ballista, the other ballista is here, organ gun on the hill here, another organ gun on the hill. This thing here is the Hold Guardian. This unit is insane. 2 attacks each, strength 6, only weapon skill 4 I believe. But each hit that wounds becomes D3 wounds. 3 of them for 310 points. Absolutely bonkers. And Silas tells me that people on the Dwarven forum have been complaining that their army's underpowered. I don't know what that's about. Another unit of clan warriors here, another unit of clan warriors here, and then the Greybeards with the king in here. This round disc here is the Anvil of Power, and then bizarrely Silas has decided not to deploy his BSB, which has got the ambush special rule, and likewise with his Dragon Seeker. So there you are, that's deployment. Okay, so this is my movement at the end of turn 1. In case you were wondering why we were deployed in such a strange way before, it's because we got the counter thrust deployment scenario, where when you put a unit down, your opponent can't deploy within 18 inches of you, which is why those furies were spread across the middle to try and sort of push forwards a little bit. So anyway, I got first turn on the rolls, so you can see the blight flies have come up here and are looking to threaten this unit of clan warriors and this bolt thrower. I've got the furies in a conga line along this hill here so that this bolt thrower can't get a shot down them. I forgot to put on the plaguelings, and Silas very kindly let me put them on, so I thought, well, it would make sense that I would put them here, so I had them here and then vanguarded and then moved, which is why they've suddenly appeared there. Everything else has just sort of moved forwards really, so that is my movement turn 1. End of my turn 1 here, not a lot has happened that's particularly exciting. I managed to get Hasten the Hour on this Hold Guardian unit, caused 3 wounds on it which killed off 1 model. I tried a Macabre just to advance through the middle here, but Silas dispelled that, which was quite right. I did get a Bound Ancestral Aid off, didn't really do anything, and my Demon Engine popped off a shot with the Bolt Thrower which missed. End of my turn 1. Okay, so this is Silas's movement turn 1. He's not done a lot. He has reformed over here to prepare for these 2 units here, which is exactly what I was hoping that he was doing. This unit's quite powerful, it's full of great weapons, and it's a big blocky unit, so at the moment I'm thinking to just try and feed it chaff. I want to see how long these plaguelings will keep it busy, because there's 15 wounds in that unit. Also, I took this photograph before he reformed this unit, so actually this unit should be facing the flies here. That's the end of Silas's movement turn 1. Okay, there he is, and the man himself, Handsome Devil. So, here's turn 1. Got a 4 and a 1 on the magic phase, no channels, and he tried to use the Anvil of Power to cast the Rune of Shattering. But I managed to dispel that with 4 of my dice against 5 physics. I think that's the dice roll there actually. Two bolt throws both took shots at the drones and the Daemon engine and both missed. The left organ gun, which is this one on the hill here, only rolled a 1 and a 2, and all of its shots missed or didn't wound. The right organ gun here killed our tallyman. So in spite of Silas's boyish smile there, things probably don't deserve quite a joyous expression on his part. Okay, my movement turn 2, and now he has every right to smile, because this did not go very well at all. The Blightflies here managed to pull off a very standard charge, and that was the only thing that went right. The Pestilent Beasts here failed a flank charge, needing a 6. The Horde here failed a charge here, needing a 6. And the Pestilent Beasts failed a charge here, needing a 6. Each of those were on the dice roll, so I was very sad about this. Lots of lumbering forwards and being useless in the middle of the battlefield. Other than that, the Furies have moved out of charge range here, and the Plaguelings have moved up so that Silas can only get a couple of models in and trying to sort of pin him down and minimise his attacks there. I've realised that I've misused the Furies here and I've relocated them on this side of the hill so that I can charge this organ gun later, whilst staying out of the arc of sight of this bolt thrower and this organ gun. So yeah, there you go, that's the end of my movement turn 2. Okay, end of my turn 2 here, and it has not gone very well at all. I failed to get any spells off because my rolls were awful. I got 3 wounds on the right organ gun here from the bolt thrower on the Daemon engine. That was the one thing that did go well in this phase. Over here in combat, the Blightfly Riders caused 2 wounds, the Blightflies caused 3 wounds, and the Dwarves saved 2 on 5+ armour, 2 on 6+ armour, and 1 on a 6+ ward, which was absolutely ridiculous. But I did manage to get 3 stomps from the Blightflies, so this unit's steadfast and therefore didn't break. Okay, so Silas is turn 2 here, and lots of charges going on in the middle, which really shouldn't have been allowed to happen, but there you go. So the big unit here has charged the Plaguelings, the Warriors and the Honour Guards have charged this unit of 4 Beasts. Clan Warriors have charged this Horde charge, or be charged I suppose, and that's leaving my Beasts in the middle here feeling pretty lonely. The BSB has arrived and has waddled onto the board. I don't really understand why Silas ambushed this guy, because he's got a rune of something ridiculous, which makes him strength 10 against toughness 5 or more. And let's be honest, almost every army's got 1 or 2 things with toughness 5 in, and he's got D3 wounds, so he's an absolute animal. I'd have definitely put him in one of these units, but there you go. Okay, so this is the end of Silas's turn 2. He got the shattering, the rune of shattering, whatever it's called, on the beasts, but only managed to get 1 wound through because it's only strength 4 against toughness 5. 2 wounds on the Furies here from this organ gun here. He's got this bolt thrower here shot at the Daemon engine, wounded it, but the 5+ ward saved. The left. The bolt thrower here did the wounds on the Furies. The left organ gun did 3 wounds on the Daemon engine. The right organ gun did 2 wounds on the Daemon engine. So the Daemon engine's gone from 7 wounds down to 2 and is feeling pretty sorry for itself. The Blightflies won combat over here, but because the BSB has bizarrely arrived on the board edge, then they managed to pass their leadership test on the reroll. Plaguelings got down to 1 wound on the last model and got absolutely minced by this unit. I'm not sure. Well, I suppose he was hitting on 3s, wounding on 2s, But he didn't have that many attacks, but then he's got charge, 3 ranks standard as well. So anyway, that didn't go very well. The beasts caused 3 wounds on the Honor Guards, and then the Honor Guards ripped through them. And seriously, I don't understand how anyone can complain that Dwarves are underpowered. That is insane. Beasts of Nurgle have got 4+ regeneration, toughness 5, 3 wounds each. And these Honor Guards here have just ripped through 3, 6, 9, 10 wounds after combat. It's just mental. So, yeah, there you go. Okay, so my movement turn 3, and things that haven't really gone my way in turn 2. The fact that these Honor Guards ripped through my 3 wounds, 4+ regen, toughness 5 beasts in no time at all means that this flank really is crumbling. And basically I expect them to finish that 1 remaining beast who's down to 2 wounds in no time at all, and then overrun into the Demon Engine. Well, not overrun, but subsequently charge into the Demon Engine and take him out. So I'm losing control of this flank over here. Over here, the fact that the 3 remaining dwarves pass their leadership 4 because of the BSB here means that when I win this combat, and I really should, I can only reform and then I'll get charged by the BSB, who is strength 10 against anything that's toughness 5, and does D3 wounds, multiple wounds D3. So that's 120 points of upgrade, if you're wondering. So yeah, things not really going my way at the moment. So what I've decided to do is bring the Furies over here. I know that this beast is going to die, and then I expect my opponent will charge the Furies because the Demon Engine will be too tempting for him, and then of course he'll wipe out the Furies in 1 turn, overrun into the Demon Engine, and then I'm trying to counter-attack here. What I'm thinking is I can try and take this unit out first with some rerollable poison because I've got the token of pestilence, and then I can focus on this later because obviously there's quite a distance here. The beasts haven't got a lot in the middle to do here, so I'm going to send them after the war machines. Here we've got the 1 remaining clan warrior who is fleeing, and we'll see what happens to him shortly. Okay, so end of my turn here then. I managed to get off 2 ancestral aids, 1 on the beast and then 1 on the Furies. And what I'm hoping is I've got a bit of rerollable poison in there. Might manage to take down 1 of these Honor Guards on its way in, but that's all I'm really going for. Popped off a bolt thrower shot which missed. The Blightflies finished off the clan unit and reformed, ready for the ridiculous assault from this chap down here. The beast died in combat. The Dwarven King killed off the last swarm and reformed, and the Furies here that had charged the Organ Gun managed to take off 1 wound. Organ Guns now have 5 wounds each, but they're only toughness 4. If I'd have realised it had 5 wounds, I probably wouldn't have charged it into combat, but there you go. Live and learn. Okay, so Silas's movement turn then, and you can see biggest mistake that he made in the game. He is still a beginner player, but he wasn't sure whether his Thane could perform against the Blightflies, and so he decided not to charge there, which I was very thankful for. Did charge in the middle, and he overran through the Furies. I think we missed actually the movement photograph, but basically this unit here charged through the Furies, but then actually only overran 4 inches and needed a 5 to overrun into the Demon Engine, so they've stopped just short. The Clan Warriors, they were just touching on the edge here because they made the charge. Other than that, he managed to get 1 wound on the beasts here from the Organ Gun. Managed to get the Rune of Gleaming, or whatever it's called, off on the Honor Guards here. And the Slayer came on, you can see just here. But other than that, it was a fairly uneventful turn. So my turn then, and you can see that I've charged this unit on the flank here, and I've made a charge on the organ gun with the beasts over there. The Blightflies failed their march test, but did just about have enough movement because they could reform for free. Just about had enough movement to get onto the other side of the Thane, so at least they're out of his arc of vision. And that's it for my movement phase. Okay, so end of my turn here then. I got a couple of ancestral aids off on the Demon Engine and the Tallyman, so I ended up with re-rollable 5+ poison all over the place in this big battle in the middle. So managed to avenge my beasts, and then pursued and caught the dwarf warriors that managed to flee from the end of that. The beasts wiped out the organ gun, and then, could not believe it, on an overrun, needing a 5 to get into the Anvil of Power, rolled a 2 and a 1, which means that they can be charged in the flank by this big unit here. That's it. That's the end of my turn. So, Silas's movement then. I think we're on turn 5 now. He has charged the beasts here, knowing that I can't see him over here. And then he knows that I can outmaneuver him here with my superior movement and my swift stride. But he also knows that I can't take this Thane in combat. He's realised his earlier mistake. So he's moved the Thane this way so that if I charge the bolt thrower and somehow don't kill it, then he'll be able to recharge my drones. This guy, strength 10 against this unit, D3 wounds per model. No way I'm going to risk that. So he's protected that bolt thrower quite effectively over there. The Dragon Seeker has come on and has charged these Furies, and that's the end of Silas's movement phase. Okay, end of Silas's turn here. So the Dragon Slayer came on and rescued the organ gun from the Furies. He did quite a few wounds on the beast, and then he's got 3 ranks, charge, banner. It doesn't get the flank because of my Trail of Mucus rule, but it's still enough to do quite a bit of damage. In the magic phase, he caused 1 wound on the Demon Engine from the Rune of Shattering. Tried to finish it off with a bolt throw, but couldn't manage it. And that was it. Okay, so my turn 5 here then. I've actually not declared any charges, which is unusual for turn 5, but I didn't want to risk any sort of calamity over here with this bolt thrower and getting recharged by the Thane here, because that would just be disastrous. Temptation has got the better of me over here. I want to see whether this rerollable poison horde can take on this great big unit of greybeards. These greybeards have got all kinds of things going on with them. They've got 4+ save, they're strength 4 with great weapons, so they're effectively strength 6. They've got a thunderous charge, so they're +1 when they charge, so they're strength 7. They're relentless, so they can march double march rather than single march. They've got a shield wall, so a 6+ ward save unless I charge them, in which case their ward save is the same as mine on a 5+, as well as having an armor save. That's as good as the Demon Engine. They've got a standard in there which reduces my charge range by d6, but that's probably not going to matter because of how close we are. And then friendly units within 6 inches of them re-roll Veil Panic, as well as being immune to psychology and having the scoring rule as well. Yeah. Anyway, I've decided to advance here with this unit because they're locked in combat here. I'm wondering whether they'll be able to charge me or not. We'll find out. The Demon Engine I don't want to bring into this combat. It's down to 1 wound, and this is a unit full of great weapons, so that's a very bad idea. So I'm just hoping that he can survive. Maybe the bolt thrower will miss, and then perhaps I can take out the anvil with a combination of, I don't know, maybe I'll overrun into it or try and magic it off or something. So, end of my turn then. Caused a wound on the bolt thrower using Hasten the Arrow, which is a bit of a drastic move. I actually miscast and killed 2 Telemen in the process, as well as causing myself amnesia, all for 1 wound on the bolt thrower, but that's life. So the strength 7 Greybeards, because they... Actually, I'm not sure they should have been strength 7, I think they should have been strength 6 at this point because they're no longer charged. Anyway, the strength 6 Greybeards finished off the beasts in fairly little time, and they popped. And then Silas was, of course, able to reform in my turn, meaning that he could charge my big unit in his turn. So that was the end of my turn 5. Okay, so Silas is turn 5 then, and you can see that he has charged my unit here with his Greybeards and General, and he's moved his Dragon Seeker over into the middle of the board. We weren't sure, but it turns out it doesn't count as a scoring unit, so no secondary objective points there, I'm afraid. That's the end of Silas's movement 5. So, end of Silas's turn 5 here then. He got the Rune of Shattering off in the magic phase and killed the Demon Engine, which is fair enough. Caused a wound on the Blight Flies from the Organ Gun, and then in combat I won by 2, but he was steadfast at the time because I was still in Horde formation, but then I've reformed at the end of combat here because I no longer have enough models left for it to be worth being in a Horde, so I've got the ranks instead. So that is the end of Silas's turn 5. Okay, my movement turn 6, and I've charged the Organ Gun in the middle here, and that's it. That was quite short. So, end of my turn 6 then. Punched through the volley gun here and overran, but not managed to get into the bolt thrower, just overrun far enough. Silas issued a challenge which my champion accepted. Wasn't going to put my hero or my BSB up against his lord, who's got the strength 10 apparently. Or maybe it's an 8, something silly. So I managed to get Ancestral Aid off on this main block. Did 6 wounds on it. Silas saved 3 of those on 6+ ward saves, which was quite annoying. But anyway, the ranks plus the banner plus the BSB plus 3 wounds in combat was just about enough to make him break, and of course the BSB is over here, which meant that he fled. Unfortunately for him, the anvil was behind him, and so he fled into the anvil, came out the other side of it, but the unit was too deep, and so he ended up going off the board. So that was the crunch moment in the game. Up until that point, Silas would have actually won 11-9, but yeah, that's sometimes how it goes. End of Silas's turn here. We didn't actually take a movement photograph because he didn't do any moving. He tried an anvil on the Blightflies, but I managed to dispel that, and then his bolt thrower shots both missed. And that brought us to the end of the game. I felt that Silas had built a really powerful army here. He's got his Thane, who's just insane really, strength 10 and D3 wounds, and I was really lucky that he didn't bring him into the game, otherwise I would have lost. Those Honor Guardians are just mental. 2 attacks each, strength 6, D3 wounds. The Dwarven King is strength 4 with a great weapon, plus 1 strength on charge, so he's strength 7 when he charges. with 4 attacks. I mean, that could take on a bloodthirst. That's mental. In addition to that, he's got the Rune of Mountains, so he's +1 toughness. So he's a toughness 6 character. Again, that's as good as a greater demon. With the Rune of Resistance, which costs 90 points. Successful to wound rolls must be re-rolled, so unless you're hitting him with poison, he's virtually indestructible. And as if all that isn't enough, he also re-rolls his failed armor saves and has impact hits as well. The Dragon Seeker has got 5 or 7 attacks at strength 5 or 6, depending on whether he uses paired weapons or his great weapon. In addition to having Swift Stride, and a combination of +1 toughness, +1 wound, scout, ambush, and +1 attack for a total of 150 points. So I'm really surprised that this army is being described as being underpowered, because it's really got some really nice stuff in it. You know, I mean, even something as basic as Clan Warriors, 140 points for 10 of them, +1 strength when they charge, triple movement for marching, 6+ ward save as well as their armor save, 5+ ward save if they're charged. I don't really feel that this army is being sold short. But anyway, there you go. It was a very enjoyable game. I really enjoyed it. And if Silas had used his BSB better, I'd have lost. It's as simple as that. So, yeah, looking forward to our next game. Should be a real challenge, that one. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you all next time.